Our lives are experienced through living, and living takes place in the here and now. Your present environment, your present day actions, relationships, communities, really the centuries in which we find ourselves during those times and dates and experiences that we are having in our lives. So the word living itself is a present continuous term. It's like you're in the moment, you're doing the thing, and you're continuously doing the thing, which means that when I wake up in the morning, my here and now is what's happening to me now today in those moments, and how that changes every day we wake up on a new day, experiencing life differently as the same person who embodies that life. And how complicated that can often be for us when we make decisions today and change our minds tomorrow, when we believe one thing today and cease to believe it the next day, on those journeys of life without feeling like we are becoming inauthentic, without feeling like we are contradicting ourselves. And for us to be able to do that meaningfully, we have to 1 minute be friends with our minds, listen to it, tolerate it, consult it, and wake up the next morning and walk away from those thoughts and beliefs and imaginations that our mind is producing and providing in our lives. Because the truth is that sometimes the anxiety and the pain and the confusion that we feel on a day to day basis comes from that imagination, that information that it's holding on to from the past, that prediction that it's creating of the future. There are different ways to experience life. And for you to be able to see the light, you need to leave that dark room and walk into a lighted room, or you need to stay in your dark room and introduce light into that room. And darkness can be your thoughts, your experiences, that feeling of enlightenment in terms of, oh, I didn't know this, but now I know. Now I know by failure and experience. Now I know by challenging myself to put it into practice. Now I know by seeking feedback and associating with other people, walking away from yesterday's experiences and feelings and actions and doing different things now. Enlightenment can be out of the past into the now. It can be out of the darkness into the light of awareness and consciousness. It can be out of ignorance into knowledge, into education, into social skills and experiences. It can be out of your imagination into reality. There are a lot of things that we fail to design and create and command and bring to reality by our own intention persistently, without giving up, without getting stuck, and without letting all the past or all the thoughts or all the identities that were previously assumed lead us to recognize when we are drifting back into those experiences that we had that were previous identities but no longer represent what we are doing here and now, how we feel here and now, how we are acting or need to be acting here and now, or even those experiences that are pushing us into the future before we arrive it. When we are able to live life meaningfully by being present here, we are more able to measure the steps as necessary based on the desires and actions and dreams of today. And if we take life that way, it will be more meaningful, more possible, and less overwhelming.